Shamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Marty 4 here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamari 4 here once again, here to talk about this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, baby. I don't anticipate this being long, even though every time I said that it ends up being over 20 minutes. But I really want to keep this one short because there's not so much that I feel like I need to expand upon. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, we first start off this episode with Marcus going to A1, talking about the whole shady shit that Miss Ray J tried to come up with, that Father Friday nonsense. At first, it seemed like a good idea on paper, but as the night went forward, the shade commenced. Because then once you brought Rockstar into this situation, and we're going to talk further about Rockstar later, but once you bring him into really any situation, the shit just gets messy, the shit just gets shady. And they talking about how much he riding Lyrica, he making all these vroom vroom car sounds and this, that, and the fourth, making all this shady shit. And honestly, Marcus felt like he wasn't with it. You know, he wasn't with it, so he decided to remove himself from the situation. Now, he comes to A1 to let him know, like, hey, you know, I'm trying to be a good friend to you and say, like, these are the things that are going on, and I wanted you to know that I wasn't a part of it, basically, in a sense. But Marcus, you know, as he's relaying this information to A1 is kind of being passive about it. Like, you know what? I've heard all these different people, you know, being with my wife allegedly. I'm just trying to focus on the fact that we got a new baby on the way. It's my first child, this, that, and the fourth. And Marcus is like, I mean, I understand that, but if I'm getting reports from multiple dudes getting at my wife, I'm gonna have something to say about that. Like, I'm gonna feel a type of way. I'm not just gonna pass it off like it's just something. And I'm just like, I mean, you're right, but I guess playing devil's advocate, we don't know what he really believes. I feel like in his heart of hearts, he's trying so hard to block out the possibility that Safari might be the father of this child. And this is just his way of coping with it, to be honest. I just think he's just trying to block it completely out. So, as they're meeting up, Miss Pam shows up, pissed, still with a fucked up wig, child, but we're just gonna let that be what it is. She comes up and she's talking about how upset she is about the fact that he didn't invite her to the ultrasound, which apparently Lyrica G was invited to. And how she should, or how she feels that she should get a DNA test. And he goes again, like, I'm not really trying to be with all this negativity. I just want to focus on the baby and blah, blah, blah. Look, nowadays, well, actually, I don't know. I feel like it's easy to tell the father, like, with just a swab. But if you're trying to, I don't know. I feel like it's so, you know what? I feel like, no, it's easier to do the baby test when the baby is born. Then you can get the DNA, like, swab their mouth, you swab your mouth, and you can kind of tell then. I would. People get offended. I mean, but he's trying to keep the peace with Lyrica. I understand he's trying to keep the peace with Lyrica. I don't know if there's a way you can do it behind your back, but I know, A1, I know you are thinking. I know your mind is not completely at ease with the fact that this may be your child. I know that, and I mean, you may not like your mother's approach, but she might have a point here. So this is one of the more bizarre moments of the episode where Nikki invites Moniece and LaBrittany for massages so she can catch them up on, you know, the things that happened in London after she left, this, that, and the fourth. So Moniece proceeds to tell her that basically Tierra decided to jump on me because of something that these other two people did. Like we mentioned how, for some reason, Tierra is so mad at K. Michelle and, well, I guess K. Michelle and Moniece, but she wants Moniece to talk to K. Michelle about doing it when K. Michelle and Tierra don't even know each other for real. And why are you getting on Moniece when she had nothing to do with it? So, and then it became even more complicated when Moniece is seeing, you know, the receipts that Brooke got from Akbar in regards to her going to Dallas to see him after she'd done this whole press conference about how she's this victim and how these horrible things happened to her, blah, 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 blah. She still went to see him in Dallas. She, apparently according to Akbar, offered to drop the case if he just dropped the women or some crazy bullshit that she was talking about. And as she does it, she admits to, yes, I went to Dallas because I needed closure or some bullshit. And I'm just like, but Tierra, as your friend, you've asked these people to come here and be with you in this moment of weakness. You say that this man released revenge porn upon you. He did all this other things to you, and you just neglected to say, like, you know how this looks, bitch. Like, if we're trying to be here for you, but yet you're still going and enabling yourself, then it makes it hard on us as your friends to try to still support you when you still out here doing the same shit. You know, that's where I feel like Moniece was coming from, and I'm just like, well, normally Moniece is a little cray-cray, but there be times when she be right, okay? And we're gonna get onto Moniece being right again later in the episode. So Nikki decides to barge in on Solo Lucci and Rockstar's little studio session. And, Lord, look, I want y'all to see this. Look, my dog's sitting up here with this damn chew toy, and he's sitting here looking. He want me to throw this damn thing here. I'm trying to record. I'm trying to work. Should I edit this out? I'm not editing it out. I'm not editing it out. So anyways, Nikki walks into Solo Lucci and Rockstar's studio session. I swear, any other time, he won't be bothering me, but he wants to bother me when I'm trying to record. Anyways, Nikki walks in on Solo Lucci and Rockstar's situation, and Rockstar was trying to, well, not Rockstar, but Solo was trying to record some verse rap thing, and I'm like, no. Just, no. So he comes in, and he talks about how, I guess, there's been, they're discussing how they feel about Marcus and some other bullshit, and Nikki comes in and discuss, well, Brooks in London saying that she heard that you've been going around saying that we slept together. Now, to me, if a woman steps to you in person, especially Nikki, I believe Nikki in this particular situation, because I feel like if she did do something like that she wouldn't, you know, she'd be like, yeah, we've been talking, we probably had sex, whatever. But I feel like if she didn't have sex with somebody, she would say that she didn't have sex with somebody. And then, especially if she went up to the person and was like, why are you going around telling people that we had sex? But Solo like, man, yeah, she know what happened, bro. This and before. I'm like, you look like the type that would lie about something like that, to be completely honest with you. But apparently he was embarrassed. He said, I had to disrespect her and call her out her name, this, that, before. Like, I really feel like Nikki was right. Like, this man is probably some bum that owes all these different debts to the strip clubs and blah, blah, blah. She done dropped a stack of money on the man. I'm just like, woo, child. But like I said, I believe that Nikki did not actually sleep with this man, because it's very odd that a woman would, well, Lyrica kind of did the same thing. And I don't believe Lyrica. I just feel like Lyrica behaved differently when she was approached about it. The way that she handled the whole situation was less believable. But I believe Nikki, to say the least. Again, with Tierra being loco, she approaches Brooke because apparently she's trying to set the record straight, how she's been talking about her, this, that, and forth. I mean, on one hand, sure. It is kind of shady for you to be talking about my business and my love life. Okay, that's fine. But the only thing is, when you're trying to bring your friends in to support you in a situation where you're supposed to be this victim and I need, you know, y'all to help me get over this man, this, that, and forth, and yet you still go out and you do these shady things, and then when we call you up on it, like, hey, as your friend, this is looking shady to me. I don't know what to believe or how to support you right now when you're still saying one thing but doing the other. You get mad at them and talk about, well, it's my business, it's my business. Okay, well, girl, it's going to be my choice not to support this bullshit no more. You handle your business over there, but don't be looking at us when he does some more foul shit and you looking for some support. Like, no, like, if you want my support, support yourself. You know what I mean? Support yourself. You can't expect people to gather around you, coddle you, do all this stuff for you, and you ain't even doing it for yourself, bitch. And I feel like that's what Brooke was saying. Like, you looking real crazy out here in these streets, bruh. And I just had to figure out, like, I needed to know from Akbar, like, is this true? Like, are you out here doing some shady shit? Because, you know, my homegirl Tierra is saying a completely different thing, and he's saying he's having receipts. So, I mean, TT, you got to get together, baby. You got to get together. Now, another time that I want to talk about how I felt like Moniece was right is when Moniece and Fizz hooked up to discuss uh, basically how they feel that they should co-parent. Now, I understand. Let's see. How I want to make sure I say this the right way. One of the main things that I agree with that Moniece said is that when you co-parent, you have to not only co-parent the child, but you have to have a sort of mutual respect amongst each other. Now, for Fizz to go and start dating Tiffany, which he says that it's over, it's done, she's crazy, okay, cool. But the fact that you know how this person that you're supposed to be dating that you really don't know and that you really don't have much of a obligation or connection to, you allow her to sort of disrespect, you know, the mother of your child who you are going to have communication with and be on a cordial basis with almost for the rest of your child's life, at least at the minimum. Like, it is in poor taste. I will have to say that it is in poor taste, and I don't feel like whenever Moniece has been in a relationship that she has put Fizz in any sort of awkward situation as that I can say. And remember when they did show the clip of like 3 years ago when he went off on her talking about how she don't do shit, this, that, and the fourth. You know, I'm supposed to get full custody because I do all this work, this, that, and the fourth. And granted, that may have been true, and we don't know the real story, but the way that Moniece tried to say it is that I recognize that at that time I wasn't fit to do the job as a mom the way I wanted to, so I did put more of the pressure and the responsibility upon you, but over the years I've done better, and she feels like she's a damn good mom, and we don't really see her being a bad mom. She does seem like she does what she can or that she knows how. So Fizz apologized, and you know, they kind of patched things up, and I hope that they continue forward and Fizz doesn't pull no more petty shit involving that Tiffany lady, because I was kind of sick of her too, to be quite honest with you. Now, this is the final part, and I'm glad I got this short within this time frame. Solo Lucci and Rockstar being upset at Marcus, and they bring him into this barbershop to try to confront him on going to A1, talking about stuff, going to Brooke and talking about stuff. My thing is, I don't see how y'all are being mad at Marcus for being a good friend to A1. Like, if y'all are supposed to all be cool, then how is it okay for you to talk shit about your friend and you secretly smashed in your friend's wife behind his back, and you are mad at this man for being the righteous one and actually talking to the man up front about it? Neither one of y'all were going to do it. Y'all didn't invite A1 to that meeting for a reason, because y'all know y'all was going to be messy. Okay? And I don't see how, I guess Solo Lucci is mad at Marcus because he told Brooke about how he smashed Nikki, and now Brooke is telling Nikki that they smashed. And now I guess Nikki's mad at him. But my thing is, Solo, if that was the truth, if you knew that in your heart of hearts that that was the truth, you would not have reacted in the way that you did. Because to me, it sounds like maybe they may have made out or something. They may have, you know, fooled around maybe a little bit, first base shit. But you are talking that you didn't full on slept with this woman, and she's like, no, that did not happen. We may have been communicating, but no, that we didn't go full-fledged smash, no. So I feel like you exaggerated the truth. I feel like you want to show off in front of your boys that you got somebody like Nikki, and you want to brag about it, but you did not count on it getting back to Nikki. And she confronted your ass, and because your masculinity was challenged, you called her out of her name, all sorts of bitches and hoes, and this, that, and the fourth. And you got called out for it, and now you mad at Marcus for relaying the information when you shouldn't have lied in the first place. And Rockstar, homie, sat there and said, if I had, what did he say? If a grown person, I don't be going around talking about grown people's business, this, that, and the fourth. My nigga, you sat there as an alleged friend. Well, no, they're not friends. I completely forgot. For a hot second, I forgot. But for you to sit there and say you don't talk about other grown folks' business when your entire storyline of this season and any time that we see you is related to some mess with A1, you talk about all his business. You talk about Lyrica's business, which apparently is you having sex with her, so you're talking about her business. But yet you don't talk about nobody else's business. Like, you could tell that Rockstar didn't really want it with Marcus for real. And he was trying to make it seem like he was a bad person, like he did the wrong, and he did not. He did not. Okay, I have to throw this thing again for this boy. Go get it. Anyways, Rockstar, you a punk bitch. You just as messy as any of the rest of these bitches on this show, to be completely honest with you. You're getting on my nerves. I'm really tired of seeing you pull these stunts and shows and girl. Marcus, I commend you, my brother. You're probably one of the realest ones on this show, at least in that situation. So I commend you for being the only good friend and the person that's actually worth a damn on this bitch. So yeah, that was my review of the episode. Last scene of the episode, Tierra, you still being stupid. Tierra's still being stupid. And texting Akbar, I miss you, and he's talking about he want to meet up. See, this is why Moniece and Brooke and them just like, girl, we can't be doing this. If you're going to sit here and do this cycle over and over again, we're not about to sit here and keep supporting you when you out here pulling this bullshit. Girl. So anyways, that's all for the episode, you guys. Let me know how you feel about the new little setup. I'm on my couch this time. I wanted to move from the table and doing all that stuff. I felt like it'd be easier and it's a lot more comfortable to just do it sitting right here. So let me know what y'all think. I'll catch you guys in the next episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.